lovelies and studlies, and welcome to the first craft corner of spring. For today's craft, we are going to be making our first of many spring type crafts. I finally feel like it's warming up and I'm feeling the spring mood and I want to make something for spring. So I decided the perfect thing to make would be spring in a jar. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be making spring in a jar. I'm just going to give you a basic lineup of the things that you're going to need. All of this can change for how you want yours to look or feel or what you want in it. And the cool thing about this one is it'd be super easy to change out and switch around for every season. For today's craft, you're going to need one jar. I recommend getting a larger size jar so you can put a bunch of stuff in it. It can be either a mason jar or any other clear kind of jar. Just make sure there's no label on it because you're going to want to be able to see inside. You're also going to need a little birdie, a stick, and I have already fitted this one to the size of my jar, so you're going to want to make sure to do that as well before you get it all put together and try to put it in there and then it doesn't fit. So a stick fitted to your jar, a length of twine or yarn or rope or string, some moss or grass or leaves or something to coat the bottom of your jar, some cute little decorations to put inside of your jar. I have these little flowers. I also grabbed a couple of feathers. You're also going to need a piece of paper. I recommend getting something a little kind of stocky, and you're going to want to cut out 6 of these. You're going to want to make sure you get this shape, the long center, and then the points on the end, and I have already decorated mine. So you're going to need 6 of these, more or less depending on what you want. I chose to write spring on mine, so I needed 6. And to do that, you are going to need an X-Acto knife, a marker and a Sharpie, a glue stick, and some tacky glue. So now that we have everything ready, let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is take your jar and your X-Acto knife, take off the top, and you're going to want this little piece on the inside, and we're just going to cut 2 holes in this one. You want them to be pretty far apart, so just stick it in there and make 2 holes. This was harder than I thought. And you don't want them to be too big, but you need to make sure that you can get your yarn or your twine through it. And I'm just going to add one on the other side. I decided to make mine a little bit off center, and this is about the size you're going to want so that you can get your twine through. So next, you're going to take your twine and you're going to want to get it through these holes, and we're just going to tie a little knot in the top to keep them there. So that way, a little knot at the top, and that way it won't come through. Now that you've gotten one through and it is held, what you're going to want to do is kind of figure out where you want your stick to go. So I'm going to put mine about here because I don't want it to be too close to the bottom. So all I did for these is I just wrapped it around. I just did one loop around the stick just to hold it in place. Now we're going to stick it back through the other side and make the knot. Just get this where I want it and just make sure it's even. Even Stevens on both sides. So now that side is not coming through either. And now we've got our little swing. Now one thing I'm going to recommend doing is taking a bit of the tacky glue, just putting just a dab kind of where the twine is, just to help it stay in place, and we're just going to let that sit there for a moment. But now, what you're going to want to do is take your little bird, and you're going to put some glue on his butt, and we're just going to glue him right on our stick. And now we're just going to give this a moment to dry. While we are waiting on our little bird friend to dry on his swing, let's go ahead and set up the bottom of our jar, what you're gonna wanna do is take your moss or your grass or whatnot and spread it out and just sprinkle it all over the bottom. So I'm basically just taking this moss, and like I said, I've had this for a while, so it's a little dried, kind of bunched up, but I'm just spreading it, kind of pulling it apart and dropping it in. Now I've got it all in there, so I'm just gonna kind of push it down and shape it and form it the way that I would like it. And now we're gonna add the little flowers inside. Got some of the flowers in there. Let's just drop in one of the feathers as well. There we go. So now we've got our little jar all put together down there at the bottom. So now that we have our jar put together, and I've made a mess and there's moss everywhere. It wouldn't be a craft video if I hadn't made a mess. So now we've got our little bird. We are gonna go ahead and add the banner. All we're gonna do for the banner is take our little tiny little things that we've already decorated and written spring on and whatnot, and take your glue stick and just put a little bit of glue on one side of it, or both sides, whatever. And you're just gonna wrap it around, pinch it up, and glue it together, and then just arrange it where you want it. So just like that. And we're just gonna keep doing that for the rest of our letters or the rest of your banner. So now that you've finished adding the rest of your tabs onto your banner, now you just drop your bird in with a little more struggle than you would have liked. And now just screw on the top. And there we have it. That is our spring in a jar. So I hope you guys liked today's craft. I think it came out a lot cuter than I had first anticipated, because I just kind of made it from a bunch of things I found lying around that I had from previous crafts and things like that. So I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff together and it came out super cute. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to put it somewhere and show off my spring in a jar. I also cannot wait to make one for fall and winter and summer as well. I think it is so cute. I absolutely love it. So thank you guys so very much for watching today's Craft Corner video. If you liked today's craft, then make sure to give a little love tap to that thumbs up button to let me know. Make sure to tweet me at BrittanyBTV and send me your lovely creations and show me all the things that you put into your spring jar or into your jar of whatever it is that you wanted to put in it. Or tag me in a picture on Instagram, which is BrittanyNT94, and show me how you changed up what you put inside of yours. I would absolutely love to see them. Also, make sure that you are the first to know. Hit the button down below and subscribe to my channel. I release a new Craft Corner video every single week, and this is the first in a good series of spring crafts. So I'm very excited to plan out next week's and the week after that and do a bunch of fun, colorful spring things with you guys. So make sure that you're subscribed so that you're the first one to know all of those crafts that are coming up every single week. And if you really enjoyed hanging out with me, then consider going to check out my second channel where I post up all of my daily vlogs. And go check it out and subscribe over there if you would like to as well. But anyways, thank you again so much for watching this week's Craft Corner. I really, really hope you guys like it. I can't wait to see your creations and how you put a twist on all of them. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!